funnels are synonymous with bow hunting success, making rivers and creeks natural locations to catch a cruising buck during the rut. Josh Tatum overlooks a creek bottom in the plains of south central Kansas, where he is hoping to bottleneck a wide 10-pointer.
Well, it's about 8:30. It's been really slow this morning. Haven't seen a deer. Hoping that maybe they're just gonna move a little later here, so probably can plan on being here most of the day today. Been a good place for this time of year, so we'll see what happens the rest of the morning. Oh, I lost him right there. He came back out. I think he might have went down right there. I can't believe it. That is the first deer I've seen this morning. I probably could have let him come a little closer, but he almost looked like he may have was going to do something, and I wasn't going to give him a chance to get out of here. He was already in range. I knew if I got in this spot, I had a last cold front, end of October, I think like the 21st, or he came into a mock scrape right here in front of the stand. I got pictures of him, got a little video of him on the camera. It's been really hot, first cold front. I knew I needed to be back in here with this first north wind. Sure enough, he came right back in here. It looked like I made a great shot on, probably a double lung shot. Yes! It's beautiful. Go get my hands on this buck, man. And he is wide, and he is a really nice Kansas buck. Look at him. Well, I got him out so you can see him a little better, and conditions haven't been great, but basically my strategy all year has been trying to time these cold fronts. We've had so much hot weather that the key days so far this year have been these cold fronts coming that change from the south to north wind. And this morning I caught him cruising. He's probably just checking some of his scrapes. I had that mock scrape right there in front of the stand that I had him there a few mornings ago, 2 weeks ago, the last cold front. So he's probably coming by to check that. Still got a lot of good season left. A lot of the guys taking their vacation here starting tomorrow. So Matt and Derek and TJ, I'll be filming them guys. Be exciting to see what else we can get down this year here in South Central Kansas.
Josh was shooting Easton's 5mm full metal jacket arrows, a small diameter shaft that was perfect for this windy day. Small diameter FMJ arrows are more accurate on windy days because they drift less. The wind doesn't have as much side profile to push against. The Cabela's Bow Carrier Sling is a perfect choice when you have to pack a lot of gear to the stand. Josh uses one all the time to keep his hands free to carrying other items, making for a more enjoyable trip through the woods. Josh was hunting over a mock scrape and was able to pick up the buck on trail camera before hunting this stand. Knowing where mature bucks are showing up is one important key to success. The Muddy Pro Cam 12 that Josh was using produced nice, crisp HD video of this buck. There's a lot to keep organized in the tree when you're self-filming a hunt like Josh was doing on this day. Realtree's Easy Hanger simplified the logistics by always keeping the bow close at hand until the moment when Josh went from cameraman to hunter.
Later that afternoon, Jared Mills hunts a new stand placed where he and Mike had an accidental encounter with his #1 buck a week earlier.
Well, it's the afternoon of November 3rd, and I am set up for the rest of the evening. This is a brand new spot on this farm that I haven't hunted before. Probably about a week ago, Mike and I were walking in and encountered Hermit while we were looking for a tree to hang in. And where he was at is only about 75-80 yards directly west of me. So this is a spot I've never been to. Like I said, I wanted to just come back and kind of see what it looks like. And it's a pretty cool area, really. Most of this farm consists of a lot of pine trees, but this is one of the hardwood areas, the bigger hardwood areas on this farm. There's all these ridges that come down, and they all kind of meet right here in front of the stand. It kind of lines up to some of the areas that I've seen Hermit and got pictures of him, so he could very well be working around back in here.
At the same time, Zach Fehrenbaugh and Aaron Warbriton head back to the tract of public land where Greg shot his buck the day before.
It's the evening of November 3rd, and Aaron and I are back at the marsh unit. We came back in here this evening, and we're not super far from the road, but it just seems like there's no pressure back here. We haven't seen a single person parked in this area. We're a couple bedding areas linked together, and somewhat of a transition area between those bedding areas and the crop fields that are further off on the west side. Covering a lot of ground in this area, we should get a pretty good idea of what the deer are doing moving through this spot. It's kind of an observation stand, but there's also a good chance that a big buck could walk right down one of these trails to one of these scrapes.
We use many Frigid Forge products, but Plot Screen may be their most unique. Planted in mid to late spring, it grows 8 to 12 feet tall in only a few months. We use Plot Screen to create visual barriers near public roads and to improve our entry and exit routes in otherwise open areas, so we can get to and from our stands without the deer seeing us.
I take my quiver off when I'm whitetail hunting. By removing the quiver, I make the bow lighter and easier to handle in the stand. But I also reduce the side profile, so if the wind is blowing, it doesn't have as much surface area to push against. Fuse quivers are all quickly detachable, and they have convenient loops on which to hang them in the tree stand.
Several years ago, Hoyt completely changed the way we looked at bows when they introduced their first carbon model. Their lightweight carbon design reduces vibration and feels much warmer to the touch in a cold stand. Hoyt is still making carbon bows and improving on the design every year. In fact, their Carbon Defiant is their best carbon bow to date.
I'm thinking back, and I don't believe I can recall a single time when deer busted me in a ground blind when I was running an Ozonics unit. One of the reasons I hunt from blinds is to contain my scent around food plots and in areas where the wind swirls. Nothing makes this more possible than adding an Ozonics to the gear list. Trophy Rock is all natural, sold exactly the way it comes out of the ground from the mines located in Utah. You don't have to wonder what additives have been used to create this ideal mineral. There's nothing man could do to make it better. Still warm for early November, Jared laments the lack of action.
Well, it's about 4:30, and it's been a really slow afternoon. Other than the one buck I saw while setting up the stand, I just had one other small buck cruise by, and that was a couple hours ago. We'll see what happens. Still holding out that Hermit's going to show tonight. It's about as frustrating as it gets right there. Had Hermit, the deer I've been hunting and came in here for, at 80 yards maybe, following a doe. Perfectly upwind. I mean, it's supposed to have a northwest wind blowing back at me. And I've kind of felt all afternoon it's been somewhat swirly. Pretty disappointing. I need to decide if I want to hang in here the rest of the night or just climb down, get out of here, and go get some work done. You know, as far as I know, that's the only deer I want to shoot right here, and so there's a 99% chance I'm not seeing him again tonight, so try to figure out what the next move is. So the wind's blowing awesome right now, but I think it's too little too late.
Back on the public land, it is a slow evening for Zach. 3 does walk by at close range, but no buck follows. Despite a lack of antlers, the team continues to learn more about the huge tract of land, bringing them another step closer to success.
Muddy Outdoors offers the complete system for those of you that like to use the hang and hunt method on whitetails. Their climbing sticks pack easily to the back of their tree stands, and accompanied with a set of muddy backpack straps, you can pack your entire setup in and out with ease each time you go to the woods. So if you're wanting to try the hang and hunt method, head over to Muddy Outdoors where you can get all the gear you need.
I have learned over the years that you never regret buying high-quality products. Sure, you can build a blind for a reasonable cost, and that might get you by for a while, but for a truly long-term solution, nothing beats a well-made fiberglass blind like the Redneck Buck Palace. The Rocket Sidewinder is one of the most versatile broadheads on the market. It features a super sharp steel tip, a moderate 1.5-inch cutting diameter, and it flies like a field point. On dry years, the last thing you want to do is till the ground and dry out the first several inches of seedbed. However, with a no-till seeder like the RTP Genesis, you can precisely place the seed right in the soil at the correct depth where it can germinate using existing moisture. Having a true no-till seeder is a tremendous advantage. Like the past 3 days, November 4th dawns unseasonably warm. as fog rolls through the Illinois woodlot, creating an eerie setting. Justin Lindemann and Mark Robinson are hunting their best rut stand.
It's Friday, November 4th. We're back at it again today. Just as foggy this morning as it was yesterday morning. It looks like it's clearing up a little bit. We've got a southwest wind. We're hunting in one of our best spots. Over the years, Mark and I have killed quite a few good bucks out of the same stand. This is our best spot by far. I don't think there isn't a time we come in here and not see something that's worth shooting, so it should be a pretty exciting day. It's the middle of the rut. We should see something exciting. Well, that's how fast it happens. He was slightly quartering away. I don't know how much penetration I got. Looks like I hit his opposing shoulder blade, so we're going to have to give him a little bit. I can't believe how fast that happened. Wow.
Justin's old reliable stand produces once again, but the shot is high and forward, worrying the two bow hunters. They will give it some time. The day has just begun. The men are committed to seeing the trail through to the very end. Justin's anxiety and my anticipation overlap. I'm deep in the timber, the closest I have been all season to the middle of Skinny's range. Will this be the day when I finally lay eyes on the buck? We are finally into the best week of the season. The next 7 days will make or break our dreams. The drama builds daily. There's nothing dull about what we are doing now. Regardless of outcome, this will be an exciting ride because we are once again chasing November.